Oh, bug just spooked you.
Oh,
Just been out for a pee, and boy did it smell.
Oh, like asparagus.
I love it when he pees and people will like walk past. You're like, whoa! I'm like, yeah, it is potent. Anyway, Daniel. Hello, and welcome to Bitches with Beards. And on today's episode, I asked a question: who the fuck is Madeline? Who the fuck is Madeline?
And I just want you to know, I didn't know that I was looking at a sex addict. A sex addict.
We're the podcast that attempts to break down culture with all the elegance of two coastal grandmas.
But in truth, we're just a couple of bitches with beards.
I'm Max.
And I'm Daniel.
And we're live from a Diane Keaton podcast studio, haberdashery, and Lily Allen Pussy Palace.
Yes. And we both have opinions, so let's get this party started.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I can't wait to discuss it.
I mean, culture this week with all that.
So many thoughts on it.
So many thoughts.
So many
Especially, who the fuck is Madeline? But they did name Madeline.
Yes, Madeline
And it's
is
not
real.
as interesting, actually.
No.
It's the help. Not the help. It's the set. It's one of the... She worked in wardrobe. That's so...
Oh, Madeline.
That's the line... Based on, actually comes back to a movie we watched this week together, Adam's Value Values. The Help.
Yep.
I would die.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Good to know if I would die. Anyway, Daniel, well, technically you're the Help because you're going to be looking after the dog this weekend again.
I am. I'm doing it again because we're still furloughed.
Daniel's dog sitting service, sponsored by the GOP.
Right? I mean, they should be paying me at this point. But anyways, here we are.
Thank you, Moses Mike Johnson.
Right? For real. How am I? It was a interesting week, and field trips continued.
Yes, I'm glad. I am definitely pleased you're getting out, at least.
Oh, yes. I am very pleased with getting out, and I have a special shout out to our friend of the podcast, Mr. Aaron.
Yes.
We ended up meeting up on Monday. Yes, Monday.
It was Monday, wasn't it? Yes.
It was Monday, and we met up on the mall, and we were walking around for a little bit, and he's like, I think we need to go somewhere else.
2 seconds. Could you do mine in the hot mug, babe? The other mug I got from the Ren Fair. It should be down... Because I imagine that's going to... I'm just so curious about what the flavours are like in that mug. But no, you did have a field trip. Sorry, continue.
Oh, yes. So we had a field trip. He was like, we are going to go to the middle of Virginia, to Centerville. We are going to go to a Korean bakery. We are going to then go to Spa World, which was everything I needed it to be.
Lovely.
I was underneath one of the jets at the pool for about 2 hours and just let it beat the hell out of my back, and it was perfect.
Ooh, the Hubs has bought something.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you.
He's gonna be over our shoulder until he...
Well, it's apple cider with cloves and nutmeg and a little bit of love just from me.
No cinnamon?
Oh, and cinnamon too.
But no whiskey or anything.
No whiskey.
I saw the whiskey bottle come out.
No, it's actually
I
the
did
Cornish rum that your parents got us.
Oh, lovely.
Or no, that we got in Cornwall. The pineapple one.
Oh, that's very nice.
It's very nice, actually. You should keep that
very nice.
recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
What
Yeah.
could you cut in it to stop this? Because I like cider, but after 1.5, the second one, I can do that, and then you're like halfway through, you're like, I wish I hadn't done that. Mm-hmm. Anything in there?
I don't know.
Just go with it.
Yeah, I think you just have to be moved by the spirit to go with it.
So you went to Spa World, did you?
Went to Spa World, and it was very nice and relaxing, like going from like the whirlpools and the heated pools. And
See Mike Johnson?
No, did not see Mike Johnson. And then did the different rooms that have different therapies. Oh, it was just... I was so relaxed by the time I was done.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Is it
absolutely.
clean?
Oh, very clean.
Yeah, because I just don't like pubes.
It is very clean. It is very hygienic. There is nothing sexual that's allowed to go on there. They do have staff that are,
Poking you.
poking around, and it's one of these, you go into this large sauna room space and everything is out in the open, so like nothing can occur. No, you just go and you just relax in a lot of hot tubs, and it's just wonderful. Like, and then you can put on one of the uniforms and you can go and you can have food. And then there's like these other treatment rooms, and you can go upstairs and have massages. It's just, if you want to relax, it's great. And there are Groupons, so it's buy one, get 1 half off. So like you're saving money too.
Yeah. No, I know the Hubs has been a few times.
Yeah. I mean, I've been before, like in the past, like pre-COVID, and it's been a while, obviously. And I was just like, Aaron was like, let's do this. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. Like, I just need to not be in the city, and I just need to relax the fuck down.
I've never been. I should go.
You should really go, but you don't like the, massage bits, do you?
No, I like massage.
Oh, okay.
No, the reason in the past, and I think this was when the Hubs realised he was in trouble with me, was when a group of people were talking about going, and they asked if I wanted to go, and I said no because you are the ones that irritate me. And I was like, I'm not going to go to a spa it was the beginning of the end. I think Hubs was like, fuck, he's going to be one of those ones.
Yeah. It's one of these. I don't mind going. It's just a nice, retreat type situation.
I think the Hubs one time went just to ride out some traffic. It was either that or a bar, so it was the healthy option.
No, it totally is. It totally is the healthier option is to go there. Like, you can easily spend like 3 hours in traffic and lit up in that time period. So, let's see what else. What else happened this week? Oh, I did find out about my writing retreat this week.
I know. I was a bit sad about this.
It's one of these. I read the initial email, and it was a standard like block email of, thank you for applying. And there were 160 of you that applied. Apply again next year, essentially. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it's actually an okay thing, because me not writing this article or even a book by May is not the right move, because I feel like I'm further along than doing that. So.
But didn't you also say that you're... Sorry for interrupting, but you were... It's a fiction writing retreat, though.
Yes, it was one of these... It was fiction writing, but they also were supporting nonfiction, so the fact that I was going to nonfiction, I was already in the minority of, like, the, trying to shoehorn my way in there, so I wasn't too terribly shocked.
So if they're oversubscribed, there's probably you were probably put to one list, and if we get needs him, Yeah,
so I'm not hurt by this by any means. It just means I now get to start trying to plan a vacation for next spring.
Very nice. Though.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2 weeks in May somewhere. Scotland, Canada, I don't know.
Well, you got either Scotia or Nova Scotia.
Right, Scotia or Nova Scotia. One of the two. I just feel like I need something very green and not America. We'll put it that way. For 2 weeks.
Green and not America. Come to Canada.
Right? Which might not be the right timing to do that, but I don't know if I feel like going to Ireland by myself.
Yeah. Scotland always seems a bit friendlier.
And I've been to Scotland before by myself, so I'm like, going back wouldn't be too bad.
Ireland's lovely.
Oh, I'm sure it's wonderful. It's just, I know how to get around Scotland, if that makes sense. And so I'm like, I feel okay doing that for like 2 weeks.
And you've got a couple of trips as well. You said like to go back to Lady Bird's place.
Yeah, I'll be going to Texas at least twice in the next 6 months.
So I think that's what I would do when my book gets... Mm-hmm. I did actually manage to work on a couple of bits this week. I need to get
good you.
Yeah, I need to get fucking sit down and do some proper work on that. But is that I would probably hopefully love to take 2 weeks and then do a week working for my parents' village and also seeing my parents and kind of have a parents' trip down to Cornwall and do it a week there just to finalize and get the vibe and maybe a little bit of a
the atmosphere right
and a descriptive words, just to see what, even if it's just waking up in the morning and getting that breath of air and going, that's how he describes that.
Yes, these are the tones, these are the sights, these are the things that we're hearing, smelling, seeing, touching. Like, no, that makes total sense.
Not that I'm writing a book that's set between a South London village or a Cornish village at all, so don't steal my idea.
No, don't do it. It's Max's idea.
It's Max's idea.
No one else's.
And Daphne du Maurier's as well.
I was about to say, didn't someone else do that?
Daphne did love Cornwall.
I was about to say.
But it's funny because I did say when I went to P-Town for the first time, I said it's very Cornish. Of course, it's the Cape, isn't it? Where Hitchcock would then go and set his some of his du Maurier adaptations. And it makes sense.
Yeah. Just take one to the other geographic location that looks like it.
I mean, anyone you can't do is Rebecca. That cannot. Is it My Cousin Rachel? I think it's the other one. The Big Houses one. And Jamaica Inn.
Yeah, Jamaica Inn.
I mean, I've been to Jamaica Inn. There's actually a place. And it's a bit... It's a bit like I was about to say Salem's Lot. No, what Salem?
Yeah,
but when you go through, you walk
yeah.
through, and it's like, have you been to Salem?
Yeah, I've been to Salem,
and it's cool. Salem is a really cool, and it's beautiful.
It's very atmospheric. Yeah.
The trouble is, I went during tourist season.
Yeah.
Which is October,
yeah.
and the people do disrupt the energy, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were there at the end of September.
Yes, I must. Yeah, I bumped into each other. But the issue with it is that you end up you got to kind of look and really research into Salem about where you should be looking, because a lot of it's bullshit, and not in a bad way, but like the House of the Grey Gables,
House of the Seven Gables
is not actually a witchcraft house. It was linked with the trial and has a very interesting history, but because Samantha went and bewitched, it was automatically presumed to be
a Salem
witchcraft. Yeah, and there's a lot there you have to research. You can also end up doing the mannequin tours where you go around these little rooms. Like, here's a mannequin and here's the voiceover. And they all look a bit like Meryl Streep's daughters.
Yeah, from 1962.
But anyway.
Yes. How after that tangent, how was your week, Max?
Tangent is my favorite vegetable.
Right.
How was my week? Yeah, it's like everything is really coming as a lot of working, especially. I mean, I worked the weekend for the first time in a long time. I had some work to do for a friend, and the Hubs was working Saturday afternoon, so I did that, and then Sunday we went to watch the football, and then the Hubs mate. I feel bad because he buys the buckets of beer and then drinks the buckets of beer because there's no one to share the buckets of beer with at the moment.
Right, but it is more cost effective to buy the bucket of beer than it is to buy an individual beer. So, you know.
Yeah, and it was, but then I ended up doing. I worked for like until 9 o'clock on Sunday night because because he was asleep. He went for his nap, and then I was like, and I, really
knew he was going to take that.
And I wanted to finish off a couple of bits. So no, it was. And I actually, you know, it's nice working and all that. So I was really had a good time, and a couple of other bits have come up this week, and I was here and I was there, and something I will actually talk to you about after this. But it's all good, and you know, back in the office, and it was there was a lot of good stuff this week. And I say Aaron's in town, our friend, so he. Now, what can we say about him? Because he said he misses episodes of the pod. So, hi Aaron, if you're listening to this one, thank you for saying that you were going to listen to the pod and actually doing it. No, so Aaron, we knew, the Hubs knew, and we got on really well, and ended up joining a rugby team because of him. And then he left EC, and actually, I think though sounds very suburban and Wisteria Lane where he lives, it sounds absolutely divine. So so we went out with him and ended up getting, everyone was kind of, me and you weren't buzzed, but he was a bit buzzed. The Hubs was very buzzed. The Bills had won, but no, it was good. It was and then this week we had the high heel race. We went down to look at that. There was some good looking costumes, but it's definitely quieter. It definitely is, the crowds aren't there. I would say
DC was off this week.
Yeah, it just generally felt like and of course Aunt Gladys from Weapons was the group costume.
Naturally.
So a group of, I presume, lesbians went down dressed as the Backstreet Boys. So that was nice to see that.
Interesting.
Flipping. Yeah,
I like that.
They came down in all white. Which was
iconic.
It was brilliant. So no, there were some good ones, and there was some very good costumes, but no, it feels like it's lost itself a little bit.
Well, I feel like the city has sort of lost itself this week.
Though it really made me laugh because we went afterwards and let's go get a drink. And I immediately didn't want to, but I remembered I wasn't wearing heels because that's also the other thing is like when you're in the heels before you're like, and we were walking up. We end up at Larry's Lounge, and it took ages for everyone to get fucking served in that place. I could have called that before because for some reason Larry's Lounge is the worst laid out bar, and that's saying something.
It truly is.
It's impossible to get served in there. And then we all went outside, and as the non-drinker, out of 6 people, everyone complained about their drink, and I'm sitting there kind of going, it was either too sweet, too much cranberry, too much heavy. They didn't clean the lines on the beer, and I'm like, why the fuck are we here?
Right? It's like, okay, glad that we spent money on this. Like, okay.
People are like, do you want a drink?
No.
Not after that hard sell, no.
No, after I've listened to all of you bitch about it, no. Absolutely not.
Someone say something smiley and nice. Go on, I double dare you. While we were getting verbally abused by an Aunt Gladys who called us all faggots.
Oh, great.
Anyway, Daniel, talking of bitter older ladies that like to call people faggots, shall we take a wander around Ina's garden?
We should take a wander around Ina's garden. So this evening we're just having our hop water. It's sort of our standard of this show at this point, because you will actually drink it. I'll drink it. I'll continue to drink it this evening. It's fine. It's nice. It's refreshing.
It's not a flavoured one, though, is it?
No, it's not the flavoured one.
But it's got a flavour. It's a weird flavour. It's got a fruit flavour. It's quite curious, isn't it?
Yeah, zero alc splashed with a citrusy zing, it says. So, I guess you're getting the citrus? Yeah. Who's to say? Truly.
There's got a citrus in it. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it pairs well with the apple cider that we had that I demolished.
Well, with that, Daniel, shall we check the news?
We should check the news. And just as a heads up, I didn't see any of the stories that you put in, so I will be completely surprised this week.
Well, okay, the one off the top of my head, which I should mention, is they have announced that the season 4 of The White Lotus will be set in France with a subplot in Paris.
Ooh.
So, but season 3 was Thailand with a subplot in Bangkok. So everyone's like, ooh, I'm like, no, they've done that already. Not in that way.
Yeah.
But there's always a subplot that takes them away from every season's. The Hawaii one, no, because obviously that was COVID. But yeah, so this is not anything new, people. Calm the fuck down.
Cool tits.
So it has emerged that Steven Soderbergh pitched a Star Wars movie about Ben Solo, I Kylo Ren.
Oh.
And interestingly, just as news also broke that if the Alkalite had been continued into a second season, would have found out that the main villain in that would have become one of the early Knights of Ren. But anyway, but no, Steven Soderbergh worked actually with Adam Driver. They actually wrote a script. It went to Kathleen Kennedy, who then gave it to Disney, and Disney said no. It's the first time an actual complete script had been given a no.
Oh.
There's now obviously a fan campaign to see if it can get made. They were like, well, Ben Solo dies at the end of Rise of Skywalker, and they're like, well, there's stuff that you could do. Especially because Darth Maul got cut in half in episode 1, and he's a major villain in a lot of the movies now. But anyway.
Right. Not to mention the entire Emperor plot. Shocker, you know.
So it's a pity. I have a feeling it would have been actually really excellent. But hey, it won't come about now. I mean, it's got to be made. It's not like the release of Snyder Cut. Ben Platt and Rachel Ziegler are set to star in the last 5 years in a West End concert run. Concert runs are always very interesting to me. I'm like, and also it's like a 2-person show. You don't need. It's not like you need much kicking and screaming. But anyway,
no, you just need to give them stools to sit on.
Yes, it is set to be actually by Robert Brown. Is going to be doing the conducting, so it should be a good show. I would have taken the hubs, so actually, I might keep an eye on it. So. See if he actually be back in London to go and see that. I'd imagine it's going to sell out especially Rachel Ziegler's.
I mean, after the Evita of it all,
Yeah, BBC has confirmed the future of Doctor Who is without Disney. It will be coming back so there will be no Christmas special this year, but 2026 will see a Christmas special. Obviously, I think designed to wrap up the emergence of Rose Tyler as the regeneration. And then it will continue. My only issue is that obviously the bigger budget was noticeable. Is also, I really do hope they find a streaming platform for it in the United States that isn't BBC World, because it was shite and there was adverts and it's not designed for adverts. They were cut in the middle of scenes. It was just really claggy, and it's just like, no. So I really hope that if anything, like Netflix might at least show it,
or maybe HBO Max.
So HBO Max actually had first run of the seasons, but would get them after they were completed. So
the thing is, I will say you can also stream some of them on BritBox. So like,
yeah, they still retain rights to the classic series,
right?
we should wait and see. I'm hoping it was just more. There's enough of an audience for someone to just at least broadcast rather than actually pay for.
Yeah.
Alexandra Burke, who was one of our X Factor girlies, who has done. I don't think I've ever seen her on stage. I've always seen shows she's been in, but she's usually coming after. But she's horrendously talented. So much so that she will be leading I'm Every Woman, the Chaka Khan musical, playing Chaka. Good hands. Every time I see her, she's just amazing, and she's perfect fit. She's one of our many pop stars who have really found their career on the West End. And their personality is shine through. I think she may have done like a Strictly Come Dancing, and that usually helps her transition over.
Yeah.
So good for her. And then finally, John Williams is set to score Steven Spielberg's latest UFO movie, making it the duo's 30th film together. No news yet on what the movie's about, but John Williams, Steven Spielberg, and some UFOs.
This is earth-shattering.
Earth-shattering.
Never done before. Groundbreaking.
I'm wondering if he ever will step down from scoring a whole movie. And I wonder if this might be it, considering the fact that his first UFO movie with Spielberg was Close Encounters, which famously the score was used within the film to communicate with the aliens.
Right.
So, you look at him. So I'm generally very excited for that one. Mm-hmm. Daniel, what's been news for you this week?
News for me this week. So most of it's going to be coming out of the UK this week as I'm looking over my notes. Well, actually, not that much. Anyways, we'll see. All right, so King Charles unveiled an open letter memorial this past week. It is the first memorial dedicated to LGBTQ plus men and women who served in the UK Armed Forces. This is going to be in Staffordshire.
Staffordshire. It's where I went to university. I actually was next to the RF base.
Oh, very nice.
They were fun on the Saturday night. Did I say that? No.
Uh-huh. Let's see. The memorial is a freestanding bronze feature that is made out of words that were used in some of the historic dismissal cases of individuals.
Wow. Did not know. That's incredibly powerful.
Very powerful. It's a very nice memorial. Yeah. Like, looking at it as someone who actually has to deal with memorials, I'm like, it's very meaningful and moving. So I actually like what was coming out of that. There was a little bit of controversy with the entire Andrea of it all, but we're not going into that one.
There always will be, but the king was there, so shut the fuck up.
Right. All right. It was also announced this week that Lisa McGree, creator of Dairy Girls, is back with How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. This will be an 8-part series that will premiere on Netflix in February 2026, so coming up. It will center around a trio of friends in their 30s that are reconnected with the death of a fourth friend with hijinks across all of Ireland. It will follow individuals Saoirse, Robin, and Dara. So it is not in the Dairy Girls universe, but it is, Irish comedy. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. And from what I can tell, no one that was in the original Dairy Girls cast is going to be in this at all. So, don't expect, it's a sequel. It is no way related.
No, let the woman do her magic.
Right. I'm like, it's going to stand for itself. All right. And just so you're aware, it's time. Mariah Carey's holiday bars pop-up experiences are set to open in 4 cities on November 13th. They will be New York City, where it premiered last year. LA, Las Vegas, and Miami will also be joining the venue list. It will include Mariah-themed decor, photo opportunities, and themed cocktails. So if you're a little lamb, you should go down there and see it.
No, she has actually been on record this week of someone has tried to start Christmas, and apparently she put a video out and going, and people are like, this bitch controls Christmas so much that she's actually holding it back. And they're like, let's celebrate this woman.
She knows her role, and she'll start it on November 1st. But she'll announce that the bars are coming before then.
She knows what she's fucking doing.
She absolutely does. All right. Let's see. What else happened this week? So, 2026 Songwriters Hall of Fame nominees were announced. The list included David Bryan, Kenny Loggins, Pink, Sarah McLachlan, and because this is our podcast, one Miss Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
This is the first year that she is eligible, and with over 250 songs and 12 albums, the critics have been like, why are you nominating her? And they're like, the influence that she has had on modern music and of modern songwriting and the art of songwriting is the reason why she's nominated. Voting will end on December 4th, so the announcement should be sometime around then, whether or not she made it. So Fingers crossed. Ooh, excuse me. All right, final little bit of news for this week. It is fashion.
It is fashion.
It is fashion, and I'm going to say this. Normally, when it's fashion, I will try to go into it, try to do a deep dive. I'm going to tell you that visually, you need to go and look on Instagram and look at Vogue for these photographs. We're just...
And videos. Gorgeous videos.
And the videos. Like, we're just going to talk highlights really quickly, but listeners, you're doing a disservice not going and seeing these for yourself. So, this past week, Vogue World Hollywood premiered, which was a merging of fashion and film for a charity cause for the entertainment community, looking at those in the design field that were affected by the LA wildfires. It was a fashion show held on one of the sets. I don't remember which one, if it was MGM or Paramount.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one. But the show revolved around 7 chapters. Each chapter had a theme. Each chapter also had a fashion house that dominated it. Themes included such as Afrofuturism, Hollywood glamour, and New World. Again, there were 7 themes, so there was more, but those were the 3 that were like really iconic.
Afrofuturism, it was heavily around Black Panther.
Yes, absolutely. The show opened with Nicole Kidman coming out, channeling Rita Wilson as Gilda, looking absolutely stunning, which was followed up by Kylie Jenner looking like Nicole Kidman from Moulin Rouge. Angela Bassett for Afrofuturism as the Queen was absolutely amazing. Louisa Jacobson in that Leather McQueen number, just walking down the aisle, iconic. Doja Cat as the Tina Turner from Mad Max. Oh my God, she ate it up.
Auntie Eternity? No,
I can't remember the Tina Turner character was the problem, and it was just like it was the Tina Turner role. And then one that absolutely made me start crying was Betsy Gone as Annie Hall and Ralph Lauren. Oh my God, she looked so much.
And the video gives it a moment with her to breathe, which is I think was such a wonderful touch.
Yes. So anyways, the show was a mixture of costumes, iconic costumes at that, and then also couture. So listeners, you really do need to go and look at these videos because it will move you. It's what you want.
Well, what I saw, because in the Annie Hall moment is next to her, or she walks past Sharon Dion, and as she mentioned to the Hubs, because there was a couple of guys dressed up as them on the high heel race, and I said, they had them at the fashion show, and he was like a little bit like thinking about it, and I was like, they were both fashion. The outfits were high fashion.
They were high fashion.
It's an absolute iconic look. Dion's hat shares yellow check or yellow tartan or I don't know what. Is that combination is
iconic for the 90s.
It defines a generation because no one knew that we would never be able to even anywhere close to full level of wealth.
Right.
And the Clueless poster for the musical is actually the check. That pattern is just it's a cultural moment.
Yeah, truly is. So anyways, listeners, go and watch as I say this on the audio podcast.
Yes, so with that, Daniel, shall we go and take a quick break?
Yes, we should.
Let's go walk the runway.
Yes.
And we're back.
Yes.
So, Daniel, what has been culture for you this weekend? And has it been big enough to get on the Vogue runway?
Not big enough to get on the Vogue runway.
If they want to go down in Star Wars pajamas, then they've got me.
That's your role, not mine. Let's see. Let's start off with our food of the week. Food of the week, 2 things. And one I'm actually going to discuss for a little bit. First was I had le goûter, I believe is how we pronounce it.
Yes.
It is a French dish that apparently school children have, which is a baguette that you take butter and put it on, and then you break up a chocolate bar on top of that, and you eat it. And it's delicious, especially if you heat up the baguette beforehand, so the chocolate gets a little bit melty, so does the butter.
But you don't melt the...
No.
It
is chef's kiss. If you need just a little bit something sweet and treat yourself, and it's cheap.
I know it's bad, but I do like even if you do like Nutella or jam and butter or peanut, just because that little melty bit of butter. Yeah, I'm not one of those that goes, oh no, you just need to put Nutella on bread. I'm like, fuck off.
No, you need a little bit of butter, just
Actually,
a little bit.
I wouldn't tell someone to fuck off. I'd ask who hurt them.
That's true. Who hurt you? The other dish of this week, and I don't want to call out our queen, Ina, but I made an Ina recipe.
Okay.
It did not turn out the way that it was described that it should have, and it's one of these, I followed that recipe.
Right, so what was the recipe?
So the recipe was for a curry butternut soup. Mind you, the word was soup. It called for 4 cups of stock of your choice, essentially.
Yeah.
And to put the roasted butternut into an immersion blender of your choice on a coarse setting.
Yes.
Not a fine setting, coarse. So I go through, I roast the butternut, I roast the other things that have to go into it. So the apple and the onion that you're
lovely,
also
nice bit of apple, being zesty.
Yep. So roasting it away, putting it on course, do it again on course, do it again on course, get on course. And it's thick. It's very thick. Add the stock like I'm supposed to. Add the 4 cups it calls for. Wow, this is very stew-like. Add 2 additional cups to try and get it soup-like. It's still a stew. Now here's the thing. It's fine. It made a lovely, lovely curry that I served on rice day 2.
Yeah.
But this was touted as something to have at a dinner party as a soup, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is not a soup.
Well, my one also is, I'll be honest, if I was going to do dinner party soup, I want a fine soup.
Yes, I want something that is thin. And the thing is, like, I literally ran out of stock to add to this, to thin this out. I'm like, I think I needed to double the recipe, but even then I think it was still going to be too thick.
So my question is, have you Googled to see if anyone else had issues with it? Because that's usually quite enlightening. So
I haven't Googled to see if anyone had issues with it. It was one of those that I literally pulled it out of one of her cookbooks that I've got on my shelf, and I was like, okay, we're going to make this. And I understand that there's such a thing as, editing the photos and to do a little bit of zhuzhing up and, to stylize the
But there
food.
was no indication it should be that thick.
But there was no indication it should be this thick. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I would never serve this at a dinner party.
So the thing is, I love a thick soup, but I always forget it can get thicker. And you end up with that like real heavy...
And it got thicker is the problem. And I was just like, oh.
How interesting.
Now, that being said, it had a great flavor.
I've always found thick things always have a good flavor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Peanut gallery, out.
I'm allergic. My tongue's blown up.
The legume.
The legume has spoken. He's not classy. He has no monocle. Don't let him think everyone he's Mr. Peanut.
Right. It was one of these. I was a little bit shocked that this was recommended as a dinner party. Like,
how curious.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I followed this recipe like to a T. So I'm like,
but it's a lunch soup. But a dinner party. I said a dinner party soup has to look elegant.
Yes. Like, here's the thing.
Split pea all the time.
Split pea or beef consomme. Like,
split pea with a mint.
Yes. Anyways, but I did not have mint. I did not have split peas. So it was.
Mint's a fucking joke, isn't it?
Well, it truly is.
Mint paste is the best way to go. Don't even get me started on mint. It's not the episode. Lily Allen needs our time.
She does. She does need our time. So, anyways, that was food of the week, drink of the week. Warmed apple cider, and it was not the one that the Hubs made. It was actually the one that we had last week.
Delicious.
That was absolutely delicious that Matt made.
On that note, Hubs, though, is there any more apple cider in there? Mm-hmm. 'Cause I feel like we spend our whole year with apple cider.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
From now until Christmas.
Yes.
Really New Year's.
It's true. It's true until New Year's. You can definitely have it until New Year's. All right, let's see. Songs of the week. A good classic, Autumn in New York by Ella Fitzgerald.
Lovely, beautiful.
New song of the week, So Easy by Olivia Dean. She is growing on me.
Yeah, she's taken over a little bit, isn't she?
Yeah, she's getting a little bit of traction. I'm going to save my album of the week until we go into our culture discussion.
Same here.
Musical of the week, not based off of the news that you told me, but based off of the Hub singing last week, the last 5 years got stuck in my head. Guess who had to listen to that?
Yeah.
I did. The thing is, I had listened to that a lot in undergrad, like in architecture school, like, drafting to it. And I'd forgotten, like, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, it's all coming back to me. Yeah. It was a nice little trip down memory lane. Movie of the week, Addams Family Values.
Yeah.
It was what we needed last Friday.
Had you remembered how funny it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Some people were a bit shocked.
That's the thing. I had remembered how funny it was because that one would always play on ABC Family.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember that one for some reason. I don't know why they didn't play the other one as much, but
it's the I think it's better.
Oh, it's definitely the better one.
For some reason in England, when the DVDs came out, that was the only one available in England. Full stop. But I think it is.
It's the superior one.
Yeah, and a lot of the bigger lines are in it, like joining the Hellish Crusade. That
love that
line. But no, there's a lot more. Yeah, it's definitely...
But pastels.
Pastels.
Yeah, so that was basically me for this week. What was your culture for the week?
So my food was I did a tofu stroganoff. I love doing a stroganoff, and they're really, really easy. Actually, I say it was veganish because I used cream and mushroom soup. I'm always presuming that half time they have so many artificial things to create the cream in them that actually no real cream is in there. But it was good, and I did that with coconut milk as well. But stroganoff is actually really easy. I highly recommend it. The only thing is
it should be in your rotation.
Yeah. You do it with mushrooms. Beef stroganoff is beautiful though. You do it does need it a little bit, but hey, not going to get bitchy. And then my other food of the week was I cheated. I bought the pre-marinated chicken from Whole Foods, and then I do it in a skillet with onions, and I do the tandoori one. It cuts like butter. And I say this.
Here's the thing: it's not cheating though. You're still cooking.
And I did the rice. No, but it cuts so beautifully. You do it. So what I do is I set it up, and then I cook the rice, and then the rice usually times the chicken. Flip it 15 minutes, then for 10. But the only reason it shocks me is because I'm gonna call them out. Is at most supermarkets, grocery stores, they put the shit chicken in the marinades to cover the shit chickenness. And actually, when we used to go to Trader Joe's, their marinated chicken was crap. It was really bad.
It is. Yeah.
But the one they've got over there
is good.
I would highly recommend that one, and just trying it. I don't know if it's a batch at the moment that's particularly good, but we did 25 minutes and it came out. It literally, I put my knife through it.
Interesting. I may have to get some this weekend while I'm watching Bug.
It really, and I was quiet, and I said to the Hubs, he goes, "This is good." I said, "I just want to make sure because, if we did have I wouldn't have it for a dinner party, but if we're grabbing that at like $12,
yeah.
The only thing is that it's meant to be 2 breasts. This is so champagne problems, but one of the breasts was gigantic, and one of them was like, "Hello," and you're like, "Oh, for God's sake!" So I'm trying to cut it in the skillet because you just pour the bag in the skillet, sort of thing.
Right.
But yeah,
lopsided chicken there.
So music, the Antlers again because they're coming to DC in April, and I've got tickets.
There you go.
Very excited for them. I messaged the Hubs and was like, I got an email from Spotify, and I'm not going to talk about this in a douchey way. Like, Spotify directly emailed me because I'm that important. But they said, "Oh, there's a pre-sale." And I'm like, "Okay, it's near Union Station Market." No, yeah. It's like, well, I think there's little venues around where they're building up their area. There's a little venue up there.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, exciting. So I messaged the Hubs and went, "Hey, look, so."
I think it's actually near my doctor's office.
Possibly, yeah. Around the back.
Yeah. I was about to say,
So message the Hubs, and because he liked John Grant, but he fell asleep to John Grant, and he got a bit. And I said, "Look, the Antlers are really slow. I fucking love them, but I know they're slow. I will happily go." He would probably drive me there and hang out at the market, and but I'm like, I really want to go. He made me get 2 tickets. He goes, "I will go with you. I've heard one of their songs. They quite grow on me." He goes, "But though you can find someone else to take you." I'm like, "Is this a trick to make me make new friends?" Because it ain't gonna work. Because I will not go out for 6 months just to prove him right. Anyway, because I was listening to a One Miss Liliane this week. I love Spotify in that once you finish an album, it then moves you into a playlist. And I did Liliane, and I'll go into how I met Liliane when we discuss her. But I went into Scissor Sisters, and I listened to the fourth album, the one after Night Work, the one that has Let's Have a Kiki on it.
Oh, Only the Horses.
Yeah, which I've never listened to.
Oh.
I've listened to songs off it, but by that point, it wasn't. I try and listen to albums, so I actually listened to it as an album and was like, oh, there's a lot of good stuff. I like the Night Work album is a lot of fun. That's the third one, but I hadn't listened to it. I just think because by that point songs came in rotation, we weren't buying CDs, and I thought, no, I'm going to listen to it. But I did listen to Dart again. That's such a fucking killer album.
It is.
The only thing that annoys me is that the Spotify on that one doesn't have the additional songs, and there's some good additional songs onto that.
Yeah.
But then also because of that, LaRue.
Oh, I forgot about LaRue.
Yeah, she's a mood. She's good.
Yeah. You have to be in a certain
she's
mindset.
good. But when she comes on, she never got the flowers really.
Yeah.
Television Boots, excellent.
Boots in the Fur.
Boots. It's really good about the gay Marine. It is a story about boot camp. The main character is gay. It is not a walks into boot camp, sees a guy, and it's a fuck fest for 8 episodes. There is none of that. It is about a guy who is gay navigating boot camp, and there's a little bit of an Orange is the New Black sort of, a couple of other stories come in. I do really recommend it. There's also a very good, there's other, yes, the predominant storyline narrative is homosexuality in the 90s, but it really is well done. And I think by the end of it, we're like, oh, I really hope they do a season 2, and there's obviously plenty of room for it. Books, I finally finished A Room with a View.
Ooh.
I really liked it. But it is Foster's early one. You know how my mind jumps occasionally, and I will start a new topic and start talking about someone, and you're like, wait, Max, who are you talking about?
Yeah, go back.
He does that. He forgets to add in details in places, and I feel like it was and I think that a modern editor would not allow it. I think it would.
They would have been like, "Who is this?"
Yeah,
Circle.
go back.
Yeah.
So even though it's got beautiful prose and a very cute story, it needed an edit, and that's a pity. But I want to see the film now because I think the films it was Helen Baumgartner in it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Helen.
And I think it should smooth out a lot of that. Movies, Adam's Family Values, obviously. I saw Bruce Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere. Not a biopic, as you might think. It's just about him writing his second album and coming to terms with some mental health issues. It's very well done. There has been criticism about how the niche period of time that it covers. It is a bit jarring if you don't really know what you're getting as it, but it is a very well done movie. It'll probably get a few awards. Wouldn't say I preferred like the overall arc more than I did. It had more power than the Dylan biopic last year, but I think the Dylan one worked better as a movie as a whole. Whereas,
okay.
But the elements of this one were better. Pieces came together better in the Dylan, and I still want the Joan Baez sequel because everyone, I forgot who played her, but she was spot fucking on. Joan Baez apparently adored her. Do the fucking sequel about Joan Baez,
right?
And then finally Frankenstein.
Ooh, what were your thoughts about Frankenstein?
Excellent. It comes out on Netflix next month. Daniel, are you a fan of Frankenstein?
It depends on the version of it.
This changes a lot.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil, but I feel it is taken by someone. When I say a lot, it does not change. It is Frankenstein. It follows the beats of Frankenstein, but it is definitely someone, and it's still set in that time. It's still set, and it's there, but it's someone who went back and looked at the relationships, the motivations, what pushes, what drives. And then, so certain character relationships are different in order to create, but they still serve the same motivating purpose. But by placing them in other places, it creates an alternate dynamic.
Okay.
And the reason and the core storyline shifting through it is different. I don't want to say like they do. So they've looked at things in the past about the hubris of the god. That's actually not what this one is about. There's a very different fundamental vein core running through it, leading, and it is long. It's about 2.5 hours, I think, in the end.
Okay.
It looks beautiful. It's very. There is a lot of gore, but it's not aggressive. But it is also done because if you haven't, Guillermo del Toro, you have to. If you know what like Hellboy looks like and his use of the physical, it looks great. The castle's brilliant, and how they get to the castle and what the castle looks like is chef's kiss genius for me, and I think for you as well.
Okay,
but it leads through it, all the beats, to a final scene, and I don't want to spoil, but me and Alyssa were close to tears.
Oh,
that's how beautifully. That's how it's. If you're sitting there going, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Go with the ride, because where it lands you, it's such a love letter to this. But he's looking at it from a modern perspective, and he's matured the relationships.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, I get why he's done that. I get why he's twisted this. I get this. I get that. And it's like, and it's so well done. But who is getting singled out? And I whether or not they will land a nomination, I think they're looking more for set and costume. Jacob Elordi should be Oscar nominated.
Really?
It is that tender. I say tender. As the monster. As the creation, I think I would prefer to call him for this one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But again, it's horror. It is horror. And this is also not I'm going to up front say, this is not, he still does what he does.
Yeah.
This is not he's a good person and Frankenstein's a Jekyll and Hyde monster killing people. He still does things. Yeah. But they change it enough. But no, I would definitely, and apparently he has been singled out. I think there is possibly, if they, there's always that little one-off nomination. But let's just nominate so and so for that. I kind of think it could be him.
Interesting.
It's so well, and his eyes come through. At first, you don't see him because he has very distinctive eyes.
He does.
But yeah, I'm like, okay.
Well,
yeah,
you might be convincing me to go to the theater on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I would highly. Yeah, and I think it comes out in a month. I think they were clever in that if you want to see it for Halloween,
you can go to the theater.
Otherwise,
it'll be out.
But I saw Nosferatu last year at Christmas. It came out and it was all set in the snow. And so even though it was my week between Christmas and New Year, it felt very Christmassy because the Brits love a Christmas. We have Christmas ghost stories.
Oh, absolutely. Dickens.
Joanna Lumley's got in the BBC. BBC does one every year.
Yes.
Dame Joanna.
What is it? Something in the Tower?
Yeah.
Ghosts in the Tower.
Definitely have to maybe.
Something. Yeah.
Because the Hubs is going the weekend after Thanksgiving to watch the Steelers game.
Oh.
So I will be doing a Christmassy weekend, getting myself up. But maybe if you want to come over just for a dry sherry and maybe a ghost story or something. But no, definitely, I would definitely, and it does feel Christmassy a little bit as well because it is set in the snow. But anyway.
Yes.
Moving on to culture.
Yes.
This is your bit. This is your line, isn't it? I jumped in with your line. What is culture this week for you, Daniel?
This is the portion of the podcast where we check the feeds, test the moods, and we ask the question, what is gay culture? And there's two words.
Lily Allen. So this started as Lily Allen is a beautiful period of time for me. I think it was 2006-07 she came out.
Yeah.
I was loving working in London. I was taking a year between university years. I was exploring London. I was exploring queer culture. It was the boom of MySpace. It was Attitude Magazine telling you what you should be listening to. Now they report on the crumble cookie guy and his new boyfriend.
You're not bitter about the change.
Oh, I put that in one of the comments on Attitude Magazine's thing. I said, you used to basically be the go-to for culture each week, and now you're telling me the crumble cookie guy has got a boyfriend. And I'm not lying, because they were such tastemakers.
No, I remember them too.
So Lily-Anne came out, loved All Right Now, first album. I listened to it, loved it. Then, going back to something else, Tadar, so Scissor Sisters, I went to see the Tadar tour, Wembley Stadium. Lily Allen was the opening. She did most of the album. She was brilliant. She was I think it was one of her biggest. It was obviously that great. Second sophomore album, Genius. Bits of her singles. Loved her. New album comes out. She's gone and she has bits of acting. Her dad's Keith Allen is she was Keith Allen's daughter. That's how she started, you know. New album comes out. Listen to it. Now we're in a Taylor Swift mood at the moment because we're watching Taylor either like Destroy or whatever music, and and the honesty of Wood.
Right.
I messaged Daniel and go, hey, do you like Lily-Anne? Yes, you need to listen to this album. And I said, I really think. And originally it was more like, let's talk about it as part of our culture. And then he listened to it. You came back to me and you went, wow. Yeah. And then later on today, I said, I think this is the culture of the week.
It is the culture of the week. Everyone is talking about it. So, I mean, let's sort of like rip the Band-Aid off. It's called West End Girl.
Yeah.
It's referring to her debut on the West End.
Yeah.
And it's about the disintegration of her marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, pure and simple.
Pure and simple. The opening song, West End. And I would really highly recommend listening to it in order.
Yes. This is okay. So she has taken the concept of Taylor Swift of like, this is a concept album. You need to listen to the entire thing in order because it tells a story, and it does actually tell a story.
You could put it on stage.
Yes, you could absolutely put this on stage.
And it begins with her in an overpriced brownstone
in New York with David Harbour. We're going to call names.
It's about him.
Yeah.
She gets a West End show, and the first song called West End Girl. And when we say these are narrative heavy, this is a diary entry to music. This is not anything other than she sings the story. And then so when the album came out, I wouldn't say I heard that Lily-Anne had a new album coming out. I wouldn't necessarily have said that I was ready, like when Antlers or Taylor Swift got their album out.
Right.
I was like, oh great, I'm sure we'll hear it.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I see a review and people are like 3-star, 3 out of 5. It's good, but I'm like a bit too on the nose. And I'm like, I get it. Yeah, she's very outspoken.
Right.
Listen to the song LDN. I think it's pure genius, about a description of London, and it's scarily accurate. And great. All that album, actually, I forgot how much all that album. There's a song about her on a night out, and she describes going off was it?
I know that song.
Lady, you've the guest list, dressed like a cunt. That I can honestly describe. I've been on a night out like that. Yeah, that's my night out. But no, and I was like, okay, yeah. Lily is not being. She doesn't hold back. She's her father.
Yeah,
and I think he's very proud of that. She's very proud of being that sort of thing. And I was like, okay, well, great. I'll give it a listen at some point. And then the next review said something. I'm like, oh, this is not a straightforward. She's just being blunt. There's something about. They said she really goes for the fucking jugular.
Yeah.
She calls him out on some serious bad behaviour.
Some very bad behaviour.
And they were like, well, it's not, because I was there thinking, oh, it's Taylor Swift writing music like Former Best Friend or whatever. No, they were like, no, she literally and then they put the lyrics in. Of the first song saying, no, she describes getting a West End play while living in an overpriced place in New York, and then all of a sudden her marriage disintegrates. I'm like, I need to fucking listen to this.
Yeah.
Because the song doesn't actually end. She doesn't finish the song. No. She cuts it halfway through to do her half of a phone call where I believe David is asking for an open marriage because she's not in the country and he wants to get his leg over.
Yes, absolutely. And so
when you heard that, how did you feel when they cut the song and just went straight into this?
I literally, like, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, what? And, like, my schedule's clear right now, but I cleared my books and I was like, nope, the next 40 minutes we're sitting here and we're listening to the rest of this.
And also, if that's how she's acting in the play, I cannot wait. Someone needs to do something with this, and it's a meditation in marriage. And it just goes on, and some of the songs are catchy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Madeline? They go into the rules of their relationship. One song is about the rules of an open marriage,
right? Or the rules that
David sets.
David established. Let's be honest, but David established.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I'll never look at a Doja Casa house the same way again.
Yeah,
because it's really a pussy palace.
Pussy palace. I think though that song is so interesting because it is a song. It's a song called Pussy Palace. And again, please go and listen to it.
Yeah.
But she goes to, so they have this overpriced brownstone. I think they can afford it, but I think she preferred not to be spending that money sort of thing. And she finds out, or she knows that he has a dojo, like his own little apartment, which must not be cheap anyway. And she goes to drop something over there.
Yeah.
And just completely realizes
that he's using it to have hookups all the time.
And really,
because there are sex toys and there are condoms. Like she said, not just one, but like a drawer full of condoms, and you're like, oh my god! Like,
I think the one as well is, so then another element of it is that these were meant to be like anonymous hookups, no messaging. He essentially. I'm vibing that if he was out and about and got the urge, he met someone and they vibed, she was like, go do what you need to do.
Or that he was supposed to literally be paying for sex so that it was have no emotional attachment to it.
Again, the idea is that is something, that is a plot twist that she was actually happy for the prostitutes and sex workers, and, and I am presuming that the intention was that what would be described back in the day as an escort, rather than he's not going down to the docks, which is where they were to pick up someone who probably self-hygiene. So this is the whole thing. She's established these clear rules. He's broken them.
Yes,
and that's when she sees his phone because he's got a text from Madeline, who is a amalgamation of this people, and then becomes a phone call from Madeline.
Yes, where they have a discussion,
and Madeline herself realizing that actually he's lied to her, and that was the interesting twist as well. Is that it could have gone a way of this woman being quite shitty. Now, how accurate this is, I don't know. They've claimed that they found her, she's obviously going through now and shit as well, is that Madeline herself was like, this is not what I was told by him was going on, and actually I feel like I'm now part of the lie and I'm done. But where really if you told me as we saw the Showgirl release that we would be breaking down a Lily Allen album,
I would say you're
crazy. She's made herself incredibly relevant again. She's by being herself. This is not a Lily Allen's come out and done a complete pop album that you're like, oh my god, she's like such a new look for Lily. No. It's a completely new thing. But the narrative about it has also been what David Harbour's been up to. But actually it's not. And I'm glad about that. The narrative is the rights of the individual to create art that you don't speculate, you are being told, you can interpret it, but there's very little room for what, like, in terms of like, who could she be talking about? No, this is her husband. Yeah.
It's very clear.
So the innocent are protected, but he's not.
Right.
She doesn't name him, but it's her husband.
Yeah.
This is not Jolene. This is not, which actually was based on someone.
Right. Right.
But so how do you feel? The narrative has been is the empowerment of the female pop star to not take the brunt of the heartbreak and to actually be honest. is this a wave? We're going to start to see. Are we now going to see a dynamic shift where the art itself is the heartbreak, not the disguising of it to make something more absorbable?
I hope so. I also hope that this was something that was brought up in another podcast that I was listening to on YouTube today about this specifically, and they were talking about how there were so many moments that she's calling out.
Yeah.
In the album that if you actually look at them, like she calls about, getting the show in the West End and the letter that he wrote. And there's a photo of the letter that he wrote, and it was so passive aggressive to my ambitious wife. I hope you finally get what you want. And, I'm so upset that they're sending flowers to you, and I hope it doesn't go to your head or something like that. And it's just like, it's shitty behavior on his part, like, to begin with. So, I'm not going to lie, I sort of have zero sympathy for him, like being, raked over the coals. And not answering your question, but I am going to bring this up because I am thinking about this right now. A thing that absolutely is driving me crazy that his PR team is bringing up is her autobiography that she wrote in 2008. I don't remember, or 2008, in 2010s. I don't remember. I didn't read it. Anyways, there was a line in there that she essentially said that she was a vindictive, messy person. And so they're using that to twist it as, well, this is just her being, a messy person. And my counter argument to that is I thought being messy is a prerequisite to being a person.
Yeah, and also
none of us are perfect.
She's vindictive, but something has to happen.
Right. She's vindictive because your behavior was against the rules that you established.
Well, someone also pointed out, though, that this album is coming out just as Stranger Things Season 5 is being released, and they're turning around and saying she's done it intentionally because this should be the swan song for his career highlight, and that's not been I've only seen Season 1 of Stranger Things. I actually really like it. We'll watch it at some point. But it is a big thing. It's a cultural phenomenon that he's part of. And she's killed it by releasing a tell-all album.
But the thing is, had he not been so shitty to her, like, she wouldn't have a need to, But also, had he not just been a shitty person to her, like...
And what's the difference between doing it in song or releasing a tell-all book, which, let's face it, Megan's just done, everyone is just doing. So
right.
I think the shock is that people did not really brace themselves, because it is a brace yourself moment.
Well, it's a brace yourself moment, and I don't think this was on any of our bingo cards or any of our radars. Like, it just bloop. Like, I don't want to say she did Beyonce and just plopped it down, but she
kind of did to a Beyonce.
She sort of did to a Beyonce and called out the bad behavior. She did a Lemonade.
But at the same time as well is that, my big one is I knew that Beyonce was a powerful person in the industry when she released that first new Beyonce album, in terms of she released a load of pop. All her pop is amazing, by the way, and I'm never going to shit on either pop music. Consistently good. Then she releases that one, and then she suddenly dropped one album. No one knew it was coming, and not only that, there was music videos for each song.
Right.
And someone, I think I brought this up on a podcast, but a workmate had said to me, what's the kind of big deal? And I was chatting, and my lovely workmate Flo was there, and I said the fact that it shows how powerful she is that no one spilt a bean.
Right.
And likewise with this, I don't think there was any inkling that there was no rumors that Lily Allen was going to be releasing a concept, and it's a concept album.
It's a concept album, yes.
Detailing inaccuracy or pretty detail. I would say accuracy, and I think we should say that this is just anyone listening to this is going to, not going to say sue David Harbour. If you want to sue us, you can come and bring your butt plug if you want.
Right. That was
because he can be a douche, but those arms is that they cut your hair a little bit. He's a little bit greasy.
Yeah.
But this is alleged. This has not been. I mean, there's been nothing to come back and say that he hasn't. There's been there was rumors long before the album came out that there was infidelity.
Absolutely.
I think the shocking bit is that he betrayed a trust regarding an open marriage, which is I think that's the narrative, is that she's building up. It's not the cheating came from breaking an agreement, not for sleeping with other people.
Right.
Yeah. No. She's blown up the culture. She's talking about it again. The album is actually, and I want to say, the album is great.
Yeah.
Am I going to? It's an album you play from beginning to end.
Yes.
it's going to be part of what I hope is a return to well done albums.
Yes.
Not just single collections and all that. Narrative.
But it does have a narrative all the way through, and if you jump in at the wrong point, you're not going to get the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be consistent.
There's multiple things here that I'm excited about. I'm excited about the honesty. I'm excited about a person who, so there was a joke. So years back, she Topshop in England. Do you have Topshop over here? It's like a women Topshop and Top Man, women's and men's clothes. Kate Moss did Topshop. She basically did a line of clothes for Topshop. The idea, I will stop saying Topshop. The idea was that she designed it, and it was designer off the rack designer. It was cheap. It was and it sold, literally lines around the block.
Yeah.
At the same time, Lily Allen, I think, did one from, I forgot who she did it for. But I don't know if you remember back in the day, she wore like prom dresses, like the 50s. What do they call it? Rockabilly, more like the rockabilly look.
Yeah.
So she did a line of dresses, I think it was New Look, for them. And she joked, and everyone's like, do you think it'll be like round the block for like Kate Moss? And she goes, I'll be lucky if I have 2 people come in. She sat in the flagship store, 2 people came in, she had a chat with them. And she was always very self-deprecating. She was always very aware of who she was. And this is very much in her style. I'm really glad that we've seen Lily Allen be Lily Allen. And then this is her flowers. This is just her. Yeah. This is also, though, and I think saying flowers, reminding ourselves that Miley also did this with flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think here's to women calling out the bad behavior of men.
Yes, and I can't wait for women calling out the behavior of women as well sometimes, because we're going to get the lesbians. Well, with that, Daniel, I don't want to talk too much in case someone decides to call us out. Do you have anything more to say, though, about Dear Lily?
I have nothing else to say about this. Just, like I said, was not on my bingo card, but again, the moral of this week was nothing I planned actually happened, so I'm for it.
It was really nice to get that message and go, okay, I feel now we prepare for Taylor, we did not prepare for Lily.
No, we did not expect Lily.
I would have lubed up and be ready for her, but David stole all of my KY.
Right. All of it.
So with that, Daniel, should we move on to the end of the episode?
We should.
I don't really have a gagged and goop. My gagged and goop is that you, listener, have not listened to Lily Allen's song yet. So why don't you go do it?
Right. Do it.
But what's the word of the week? Is it butt plug?
No. The word of the week is sycophant, to flatter for gain.
Wonderful. Do you have a petticoat lane?
Petticoat lane. I did have a petticoat lane. It did involve walking. I don't remember what it was. It was out during one of my field trips. I literally don't remember what it was. No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, with that, Daniel, we are going to pack up because we're going to go on to the roof deck. It is All Hallows Eve.
Yes.
And we're going to watch Hocus Pocus.
Yay.
Come, little children.
Come.
And cheers.
Cheers.
And you're invited as well, Madeline. This has been a Bearded Bitch production recorded in a Diane Keaton podcast studio in Haberdashery.
You've been listening to The Bitches with Beards. I've been Daniel.
And I'm Max. A big thanks to you all for tuning in and giving us a listen. Don't forget to rate, subscribe and review the following on Twitter, X and TikTok, where you can find us at Bitches with Beards.
Please remember that only a mother could love our views and opinions, and they reflect us and no one else.
We'll hear you next week unless we're cancelled. Cheers.